May the angels wrap you in their light right now. May peace fill your heart and calm fill your mind. Welcome to the Angel's Message for You original channel. Please check the channel name carefully. It's Angel's Message for You. This is our only official channel. Beware of copycat and fake channels. Stay connected to the original source to receive authentic angel messages and true blessings. Before we begin, a heartfelt thank you to Vicky, Dawn Emler, Clark's Coffee Cakes, Armel and Nancy for sowing a seed for Soulmate through your Ko-Fi super thanks. May this seed return to you multiplied with Soulmate blessings, divine protection, love, well-being, and abundance. May the angels guide and watch over you every step of your journey. Thank you for your beautiful support. Before we go any further, I need you to hear this. What you are about to receive is not a small message. It is one of the deepest, most personal messages the angels have ever asked me to share. If you have ever wondered whether someone out there truly loves you, truly thinks of you, truly waits for you without asking for anything in return, stay with me until the very last word, because the answer is coming, and it may change the way you see your whole life. Dear one, while so many people live empty stories, jumping from one connection to another, your love has chosen something different. This person has chosen not to get involved with anyone else. Not because no one else exists, but because this person would rather keep their heart safe than hand it to someone where there is no real truth. There is a very clear decision behind this. Waiting for you is not just an option for this person. It is a steady, conscious choice, made again and again, filled with meaning. I watch over you closely, and that is why I can tell you this with such certainty. You already live in the heart of someone who has no room left for another love. Your soulmate feels something so pure for you that they do not even try to force other connections. They do not try to fill their time with distractions. Their heart is not looking in another direction. They stay firm in the same quiet certainty that you are the only one who can awaken something this strong, this true. Even when doubt shows up, and it does show up sometimes, your soulmate keeps believing. This is not blind hope. It is an inner knowing that there is something between you that goes far beyond words. This person feels you even without seeing you. They feel it when your thoughts drift toward them. They feel it when your heart grows tired or unsure. There is a bond being nurtured every single day by a force you both already sense, even if you cannot fully explain it. You may not have lived out everything that has been prepared for you yet, but nothing from the outside world has been able to shake what this person feels. Your love steps back from certain places, avoids certain situations, keeps some conversations short, simply because anything that could put this feeling at risk no longer feels worth it to them. Time keeps moving, but the feeling does not fade. If anything, it grows deeper, grows more certain, grows more true. I see all of this, and I am telling you because it is time you knew. Your love has already decided that their heart belongs to you. This person is not waiting around for some perfect, imagined someone. They are waiting for you, with all your doubts, with all your fears, but also with all the beauty that only you carry. And even without saying it out loud, your soulmate has been quietly asking the heavens to bring you together in a way that nothing can interrupt. Many times this person wonders if you feel the same pull they do, and that is exactly why this love stays so strong, because somewhere deep down, their soul already recognizes yours. No matter how much time passes, no matter what happens around you, your love cannot picture any other path that does not lead back to you. What they feel is whole. It is pure. It is settled. This feeling will not change. It does not matter who tries to get closer to them. It does not matter how many situations try to take up that space. The decision has already been made. Their heart is already full, and it is full of the love they carry for you. What is missing now is for you to line yourself up with this truth, to show, through your own actions, that you also feel this love, that you are also ready to protect this connection. Do not expect the universe to do all the work alone. You need to play your part too. You need to recognize how important this love truly is in your life. You need to let yourself feel, let yourself come closer, let yourself connect. With every day that passes, the energy between you two grows stronger. And the more you open your heart, the more the universe moves to bring you both together. This is the moment to be clear about what you want, to show that you are willing to truly step into this. Because your love is already there. This person is already emotionally committed to you, and now they need to see that you are present too. Not through big promises, but through small, real, steady actions. This someone is not looking for perfection. They are looking for honesty. They are looking for truth. They are looking for you, and they are ready to live this fully, as long as they can see that you have chosen the same path. You are not forgotten. You are not replaced. You are not swapped out for someone easier. You remain the only person this soul longs to love. Your love keeps believing even without solid answers. Keeps being faithful even without guarantees. And even when daily life tries to pull focus away, even when the longing grows heavy, this person stays steady, because deep down they know this feeling is too great to ignore and too real to ever end. The universe is watching, and I am here to remind you that this connection has already been recognized on a much higher level. Hold on to this truth. Take care of this love, and let this story become everything it was meant to be. Dear one, I know your soul already feels this. It is your soul quietly telling you that someone already feels for you exactly what you have been searching for. I know this because I am able to see it clearly. This love did not appear by chance, and it is not being held up by wishful thinking. This connection is being built on solid, steady ground. Even if you cannot yet see every little detail, your love feels such deep care for you that they cannot bring themselves to open their heart to anyone else. The plain truth is, this person does not want to give themselves to another story, because the only story that makes sense to their heart is the one with you in it. Even without outside proof, this person stays steady in how they feel. This is not stubbornness. It is because something deep inside their heart tells them you are worth the wait, that you are the only one able to awaken what is most beautiful and true in them. That is why their love holds strong, because they feel that the bond between you two is far too real to deny. There are days you may feel like you are the only one waiting, but the truth is different. While you wonder if you are on the right path, your soulmate feels that exact same uncertainty at times. This person also questions, also longs, also wonders what it would be like if you were closer. And even so, they keep believing, not because it is easy, but because this love is far too real to walk away from. I see this person choosing not to go out searching, not to strike up something new, not to leave room for distractions that would only cause harm. This is not coldness. It is loyalty. A natural faithfulness born from a feeling so strong it leaves no space for doubt. And the most beautiful part is that this loyalty is not being demanded of them. It is offered freely, with surrender, with honesty, with real freedom. Your love simply chooses you every single day. You may feel like nothing is happening yet, but their heart has been moving for a long time now. In every thought, every action, every quiet choice, there is care being taken to protect this love. Your name is part of this soul's daily rhythm. Your presence is felt even in your absence, because the bond between you has already formed, even if much has not yet unfolded out in the world. This person carries this feeling with deep respect, even without fully knowing what is happening in your heart. And that is exactly what makes it stronger. This love does not depend on guarantees. It is held up by something deeper, something more personal, something more true. This is not a passing feeling. It is becoming part of the very core of the one who loves you. It matters that you understand how rare this really is. These days, very few people can keep their heart focused on only one connection. But your love does not get lost chasing options. This person has already decided you are the one, and they are waiting with patience and quiet faith for the moment everything lines up. This waiting is not empty. It is full of purpose, full of the wish to live this love completely. Your love wants to build something real with you. They are not just dreaming about some far-off possibility. They are ready to act the moment they feel that you are too. But they need to see truth in the steps you take. They need to feel safety in the signs you give. Your soulmate is already doing their part, even without knowing whether you will respond, and that takes a kind of strength very few people have. Because this love is not built on empty promises. It is held up by real feeling. That is why it matters so much for you to start honoring the truth that is already alive inside you. The more you push it aside, the more you delay something that was born to grow. You do not need every answer right now, but you do need to be honest about what you feel. You need to recognize that there is someone who genuinely loves you, even without knowing everything about your heart yet. That is not a small thing. It is rare, it is deep, and it deserves to be lived with courage. While you try to make sense of it all, this person keeps believing. While you hesitate, your love keeps their heart close, away from anyone else. While uncertainty distracts you, this someone quietly guards a feeling that already has a name, and that name is you. So please do not treat this like some passing wish. It is love that has been grown with patience, with presence, with honesty, and now it is your turn to take your own stand. This person has already done more than you realize to keep this connection alive. Show through your own actions that you feel it too, because the soul that loves you has already decided not to open up to anyone else. They are simply waiting to see that same surrender from you. You may not realize how often you cross this person's mind. Sometimes in the middle of a song, in a quiet pause during the day, or even in a passing daydream, your presence shows up like a small sign that there is still a purpose between you. Your love does not see you as just another memory. They see you as someone who left a real mark, and more than that, as someone who still belongs to a future being built, quietly, every day, even without words spoken yet. You may believe you are far away, but this person's heart has never actually drifted from you. It stays tied to that same certainty, that same faith, that same longing. Your love does not want to fill an empty space with just anyone. They only want their heart filled with what they already recognize as true, and that is you. Some might say loving someone who has not fully arrived yet is a waste of time. But your love does not see it that way. For them, loving you is already part of the journey. Feeling all of this is not a mistake. It is preparation. This kind of giving, even before it shows up in visible ways, is already meaningful because true love often begins exactly like this, in the quiet, daily choice to remain, even when everything else tries to pull you away. And that is the part that touches the heart most, because while many people get swept up in new connections and passing stories, your soulmate keeps their heart steady, with their focus not on what can be seen, but on what can be felt, holding on to the hope that one day you will realize just how ready this love already is. Dear soul, before we continue, I'd like to invite you to do something truly meaningful for your soulmate journey. The bond between soulmates is precious, and at times, it can feel vulnerable to negativity, envy, or the evil eye from the world around us. Even when no harm is intended, If your heart is calling you to cover this connection with an extra layer of love, faith, and protection, you can sow your seed for your soulmate through Ko-Fi Super Thanks. You'll find the Ko-Fi link in the video description and the pinned comment. This simple act can become a heartfelt expression of your intention, inviting the angels to watch over your soulmate connection, surround it with divine light, and guide it as it continues to grow in the right time and in the right way. If you feel led to do so, thank you from the bottom of my heart. May your kindness return to you multiplied, and may your soulmate journey be filled with peace, hope, and divine guidance. Let's continue with the divine angel message. It no longer depends on outside circumstances. It only needs truth, and it needs your presence. If you feel this pull, if something inside you is stirring right now, maybe it is time to finally embrace it, to stop second-guessing, to understand that it is rare for someone to love this deeply, without demands, without conditions, with only faith. Your love is not looking for someone better. They are waiting for you. There is something here that deserves to be honored with maturity. You have already touched someone's heart in a way very few people ever do. Even without grand promises, even without knowing exactly how present you were in this person's life, what you awakened in them was real. It was pure, and it is still alive today. This is not some vague memory or a passing attraction. It is something that stayed, something that grew with time. Your love remembers every honest thing you did, every word that carried meaning, every moment you were simply yourself, even without realizing you were leaving a mark. And that is exactly how you won this heart, simply by being who you truly are. What this person feels for you does not come from expectations they built up in their mind. It comes from a connection that was there from the very beginning. You did not have to try hard to be accepted. You just had to be yourself, and that is what keeps this love steady even now, the certainty that despite everything, there is something true between you two, something that cannot be compared to any other bond. Your soulmate has guarded this feeling with such care, not because they expect perfection from you, but because they have already seen who you truly are. They have already recognized the beauty in your inner self. Even with your insecurities, their love does not chase some distant, idealized version of you. This person wants your true presence, your real strengths, your lessons, and even your uncertainties. What matters most is that this feeling is not shaky. It does not need daily reassurance to keep existing. Your love keeps nurturing this bond without fully knowing what you feel, and still chooses to stay, chooses to love, chooses not to walk another path because their heart has already made the right choice to love you. When someone decides not to share their energy with other connections, that is a sign that something powerful is being protected inside them. And that is the truth about your love. This person has closed their heart to other stories, not because they are stuck in the past, but because they already know where they want to be. They already feel where they belong, and that place carries your name. That is why you should not feel like you need to do much more to win this heart, because it is already yours. What is being asked of you now is simple presence, honesty, and enough awareness to see that you are already loved by someone who is not asking for anything grand, only for your own courage to recognize this love. Your love does not want explanations or excuses. They want honesty. They want actions that show you feel it too, that you also see value in this connection. And you do not need to be perfect at any of it. You just need to be real. The purest form of love is loving someone exactly as they are, without asking them to change first in order for something real to begin. This kind of love does not fade, does not wear thin with time, because it was born clean, without pressure, without demands. It grew in the heart of someone who has already matured their own feelings for you, and now it is ready to live something real, as long as they can see you are also willing to open up. The universe knows how much this person has honored their own heart, how many easier paths they turned down just to protect this love for you. None of that was a sacrifice. It was a decision made in peace. You might try to doubt all of this, but simply feel it. You will notice there is peace when you think of this person, because where there is true love, there is calm, no heaviness, no pressure, only a quiet, deep certainty. This love is already yours, and what it needs now is your presence. You do not need to rush, but you also cannot ignore it. There is a love being carried with maturity, and if you close your eyes to it, you risk letting one of the most honest connections to ever touch your life slip away. This person is waiting for you with an open heart, a whole heart, hoping that you too are feeling this same calling. When someone chooses to wait for another, knowing their heart already belongs to them, it is not because there are no other options. It is because none of those options make sense. And your love already understands that this waiting, which may look quiet from the outside, actually carries a deep feeling on the inside, lived with intensity, even if no one else notices. Dear soul, before we continue, I want to invite you to take one small step of faith for your soulmate journey. If this message has stirred emotions in your heart, remember that God sees every detail, even the ones you cannot. Wherever your soulmate is today and whatever choices they are facing, you can choose to cover them in prayer instead of fear. If you feel led, you can sow a seed through Ko-Fi Super Thanks using the link in the description or the pinned comment. Let it be a simple expression of faith, asking God to surround both you and your soulmate with His protection, wisdom, and perfect guidance. May every wrong path be gently redirected, every fearful thought be replaced with peace, and every step be guided according to God's perfect timing. Your love carries on with everyday life, but they are not distracted. They miss you even without knowing everything going on inside you, and even on quiet days, this person keeps believing that at some point you will feel that same strength within yourself. That hope is not fragile. It is trust built over time. Your love does not live this waiting in sadness. They live it in faith, as if something inside them keeps saying it is worth waiting for someone who made such a true feeling bloom. Distance does not take away the value of what is being held on to. If anything, it strengthens it. There are days this person wakes up thinking of you without even knowing why, and they protect that feeling like something precious, not because they want to hold you to some ideal, but because they have already recognized something in you that no one else has ever been able to bring out. This is not about building unrealistic hopes. It is simply about allowing themselves to feel what their heart already knows. Even if the world around them tries to plant doubt, they stay steady, because certainty comes from within, and when a connection is born in the soul, nothing outside can erase it. What makes this waiting so meaningful is how it is being lived, with no pressure, no desperation, only quiet presence, a love that keeps existing even without confirmation. You might think this person could change their mind, or that with time this will all fade, but your love already knows this is not about time. It is about depth. The more time passes, the more certain they become of what they feel for you. A love maturing quietly, one that does not need to prove itself constantly, because it has already taken root. Even when others try to get close, this person feels that nothing goes beyond the surface, because your love steps back before any bond forms, knowing they are waiting for something that truly makes sense, something that comes from the soul, something only you awaken. That is why now is the moment to look inward and ask yourself if you are also willing to live this love with maturity. Your love is already emotionally present. They have already released other possibilities. They have already made their choice even without guarantees, and now they need to know if you are open to this feeling too. If you feel something, Do not hide it, do not put it off. No one waits this long unless they are sure it is worth it, and your love has already decided that it is, that you are. Not everything real needs to be explained. Some connections skip logical understanding entirely and are simply, continuously felt. That is exactly what is happening between the two of you. There is something beyond reason here, something words cannot fully hold, but it proves itself every time your heart stirs without explanation, or when a thought suddenly appears as if from somewhere else entirely. This bond is not built on physical closeness or hard evidence. It is made of feelings that reach the soul. Your love feels you in unexpected moments, not because something happened outside, but because this connection lives quietly within them, as if your souls have been having a silent conversation, even if you have not fully come together yet. This person does not try to reason through what they feel for you, because this love was not built on logic. It was recognized from within, in a place only those who love deeply can reach, and that is why they cannot disconnect from it. The bond goes beyond the physical. It is rooted in something deeply spiritual. Many times when this person's heart feels weary, something happens, a sign, a memory, a quiet intuition, as if the universe is reassuring them that this feeling is being cared for, that this hope is not wasted. And in those moments, everything falls back into place, because when a connection is born from the soul, it holds up through time, through distance, even through doubt, and it only grows stronger. There is a living faith in this heart. Not blind faith, but trust built on everything this person has felt since you came into their life. Even without frequent contact, nothing changes inside them. Nothing takes your place because they know you are too special to compare to anyone else. This love is not kept alive by effort. It is kept alive by connection. The soul recognizes it. The heart confirms it. And the feeling stays alive, simply waiting for you to allow yourself to feel it too. You do not need to overthink what, in truth, only needs to be lived. You can sense it too. You just need to let yourself feel beyond the surface. When something keeps calling to you from within, when a name echoes quietly inside you, when longing shows up for no clear reason, all of that is part of this connection. It is not your imagination. It is harmony. It is the reflection of something already built on a spiritual level. This bond does not need to be forced. It does not need to be explained to anyone. It only needs to be honored. And that is exactly what your love has been doing all along, honoring the feeling, respecting the energy between you, protecting something many people would not have the maturity to guard. You feel it too, even if you never say it, even if you try to hide it. There is a part of you that recognizes this bond and feels peace when connected to this person, even in small, quiet ways. And now, the universe wants to show you this is not a coincidence. This is spirit in motion. This is love being guided by something greater. This person feels your energy. They notice when you are close, even without direct contact. Sometimes they even dream of you or wake up feeling lighter, simply from sensing your presence in thought. This is not illusion. It is a soul connection, and when two souls recognize each other, no forced effort is needed. They simply feel. So if your heart has been searching for answers, know that this connection has already been recognized on the highest level. Your love keeps moving toward you, trusting that this bond has purpose, and that certainty comes from the soul, so no outside opinion can shake it. It is not always easy to keep a feeling alive when answers have not come, but even through uncertain days, this love remains, because you are still the strongest reason this heart has to keep believing. This person has had moments of considering another path, moments when the weight of doubt and waiting felt heavy. But even when everything seemed to point toward giving up. All it took was one memory, one feeling, one thought tied to you, to bring back the certainty that it is not time to let go. No matter the outside pressure to move on or forget, this person already understands there is no peace in searching for someone else, because the heart already has a name, already has a direction, already holds a truth that cannot be brushed aside. You may not know it, but there are days when the longing hits hard, and even then, your love takes a breath, gathers themselves from within, and keeps going, because the feeling for you is what has kept this heart from getting lost in empty stories. Your presence still echoes, still brings meaning, still stirs something in someone who has chosen to hold back, even without knowing if you will show up. That only happens because there is something so strong it does not depend on contact or promises, but on a connection felt at the deepest level. When you feel this person's presence in your own thoughts, when you miss them without being able to explain why, it is because there is real reciprocity, real emotional harmony. This bond has not been cut, and what keeps this love from giving up is the recognition that you are still far too important to be left behind. Your love feels fear too, has doubts too, but the certainty of what they feel for you is stronger. No matter how much the mind searches for an easier route, the heart keeps insisting on you. This someone does not want to pressure you, but they do need to see that you are also willing to open up, because while you hesitate, there is a heart trying to bear the ache of not knowing how you feel, a heart that keeps believing without guarantees. You are the reason this love has not given up, and that shows how important you truly are, and how much it is still possible to build something genuine if you find the courage to come closer with truth. Maybe you think it has taken too long, but I am telling you, it still does, because this love has not been lost. It has been protected, and there is still a heart willing to live this with you, if only it feels that you two are willing to stop ignoring what exists between you. It is not too late when love is still alive. Your love is not waiting for perfection. It is waiting for action, for something simple that proves this feeling was not in vain. This person has held on to this love through hard times, faced doubt, faced fear, faced silence, and kept going, because even without knowing what tomorrow holds, they have always felt that giving up on you would mean letting go of something they never wanted to release. You have been carrying the weight of a choice left unmade. Even if you never speak of it, you know there is something inside you that still needs resolving, because this love waiting for you is not something your mind invented. It is a truth your soul has already touched, and when something is that real, it does not stay ignored for long. Your love has already shown everything they can, even without saying it in words, and now time is asking something different of you. It is asking for action, because what you feel inside is no longer enough on its own. You know this connection is not ordinary. You know that what you feel does not happen with just anyone. So why keep doubting? Why keep hiding behind fears that only pull you further from what your soul has already recognized? No one else can make this choice for you. Your love has already chosen. All that is left is for you to claim your part. Take a quick second before we move forward. Many channels are reposting and copying our content, but authentic energy cannot be duplicated. For the strongest positive connection and divine guidance, always listen from the original Angel's Message for You channel. Check the name again, it's Angel's Message for You with the black logo base. Now, let's continue with the message your angels want you to hear. It is understandable to fear making a mistake. But if time has shown you anything, it is that putting off this feeling does not make it weaker. It only stretches out a waiting that could already have become a new chapter. This person is not asking for explanations. They are waiting for honesty, and honesty cannot exist without taking a stand. You have already noticed that nothing else fills this space. Not distractions, not other connections, because your heart already knows where it belongs. What is missing now is a clear step, a step that shows this person you are willing to live this love fully, not halfway, not with hesitation, but with enough openness for this feeling to grow beyond just a thought. This is not about perfection. It is about honesty, and honesty right now means being clear about what you feel. Even if you do not have it all figured out, this person is not expecting you to. They just want you to be real, and that truth can only be shown through action. You can choose to walk away, or you can choose to come closer, but you cannot stay on the fence much longer. Each day that passes without a decision weighs on the heart that is waiting for you. This person has been strong until now, but even the deepest feelings deserve to be acknowledged with care. It is not about rushing a decision. It is about being honest with what you feel. If you love, act from that love. Love asks for courage and responsibility, and you already carry everything inside you that you need to do this. Stop waiting for outside proof. What you need is already within you. It is in the way their presence shows up in your thoughts. It is in the peace you feel imagining a future beside them. It is in the discomfort that rises whenever you try to move in another direction. All of this has already spoken to you through your own feelings, and now it is asking you for action. You do not need to do anything grand. You just need to be real, to show that you will not keep ignoring what you feel, to take small, steady steps toward this person who has been waiting for you with so much care. This is not only about them. It is about you too, about what you choose to do with something placed in your path with such purpose. If you feel this person is still connected to you, do not let time erase what can still bloom. Every sign has already been placed along your path, and now it is asking for your decision so the story can continue to unfold. And if you are already feeling late, know it is not from unwillingness but from fear, and it is okay to feel afraid. But now you need to decide whether you will stay stuck in that fear or step into the love waiting for you. Your love has already done everything possible without crossing your boundaries. They have waited with patience, respect, and a pure heart. The time for watching from a distance is over. The time for deciding is right in front of you. After everything that has been felt, lived quietly, and guarded so carefully, the heart of the one who loves you has not changed, and it never will, because when love is born from the deepest part of the soul, it does not fade with time or distance. What this person feels for you is solid, whole, certain, a choice made long before you ever realized the strength of this connection. This person did not wait around to see if someone better would come along. Their love did not hesitate or weigh other options. They simply recognized it, and everything inside them changed. Their heart was already given, and it remains with you, even without guarantees, without promises, without every answer. The truth is, no one stays in a feeling this long if it is not real. This is not blind stubbornness. It is emotional loyalty from someone who had chances to leave but chose to stay. Because real love does not look for a way out. It looks for meaning. You may wonder if there is still time, if it is still worth it. But this person already made their decision, and it has not changed. If anything, it has been reaffirmed over time. Every time you crossed their mind, every time they chose not to make room for someone else, the feeling stayed untouched. Not because it is easy, but because it is real. When you truly love, you do not change direction just because the road gets hard. This person has kept choosing to love you, even through doubt, because their heart already knows where it wants to return, or rather, where it has always belonged. What is waiting for you is not just any love. It is a love that has stood the test of time, that has survived silence, that has faced inner and outer doubt, but has never drifted from what it felt. That is rare. That is strong. That is real. And now it is in your hands to take care of something protected with such courage. Do not expect this feeling to fade, because it will not. Your love may try to move on, may even get distracted for a while, but nothing will ever take the space that belongs to you. This love does not adapt to new stories because it already has a name, already has an owner, already has a clear direction. Everything has been sustained with great care, but the waiting has its limits. That is why now, more than ever, you need clarity about what you want, what you feel, and what you are willing to live. It is no longer about looking for signs. You have already received them all. Now it is time to respond with action. If you feel this love still beating inside you, do not put it off any longer. Your love is ready. It has already made its choice. Now the question is, what about you? Are you willing to honor this love? Are you ready to give back with presence what has been sustained with so much faith? These are questions that need answers, not for me, but for yourself, so that regret does not come later, so that you do not lose a love that was never truly gone. Their love will not change, even if one day they stop showing it openly, because what is real does not end. It only steps back to protect itself, but inside they will keep loving you with the same intensity, because love from the soul does not disappear. It only withdraws. Your name has already been chosen by this heart. Time has passed, seasons have changed, but the love has stayed. Now you have the chance to shift the direction of this story. You can draw closer. You can show that you feel the same. But for that, you need to stop watching from a distance and step into this story with your whole heart. Because what you will receive in return is a love that survived everything. Dear one, everything that needed to be said has already been confirmed. And if this message has reached you, it was not by accident. It came as an answer to what your heart has been holding in silence for so long. You feel it. You know it. You recognize it. What may have been missing until now is courage, and courage is not the absence of fear. It is choosing to do what needs to be done, even while fear is still there. This person has already chosen you with their heart, with their soul, with everything inside them. They chose not to share what they feel with anyone else. They chose not to make room for new stories, not out of pride, but out of loyalty to a feeling that beats with honesty. Now, the universe wants to see your choice, because love only becomes a real path when two hearts decide to walk in the same direction. You have been called every day through this connection, in thoughts that arrive without warning, in feelings that appear in the middle of your day. Do not ignore this any longer. This energy is not something your mind invented. It is a sign of the living presence of someone emotionally connected to you, someone who longs to be close, who longs to live this love for real. Time is fertile ground that needs to be used wisely, because no feeling can last on its own forever. And this message is here to reach you before time wears down something that could bloom with care. If you truly feel this love makes sense for you, show it through small actions, through genuine closeness, through real interest. Your love is not asking for grand gestures. They are simply waiting for one honest action that says, I feel it too, and that is enough to reignite hope and begin something beautiful. Do not delay any longer. It is time to express what you feel and connect with the one who already loves you so deeply, because what you choose to do in the coming days matters. The message has been given. The feeling has been confirmed. The soul that loves you has already done everything it could from its side. And now it is your turn. What is missing is your action. And that will show that you too are ready to live this love with maturity, presence, and truth. This love has not faded. It has not lost its strength. It only needs to be acknowledged. And once it is, everything that felt distant will draw near, because a love sustained by the soul always finds a way, as long as both hearts are willing to live it. And always remember, I will always be here, guiding you, protecting you, delivering messages of love, and connecting with you every single day. I am grateful for every soul who chooses to be here, who opens their heart, and allows this connection to unite us day by day. You are the light that keeps this space alive, and you fuel the mission of bringing love, hope, and protection to every soul who seeks it. May the angel's blessing always be upon you, bringing peace, courage, and clarity to face any challenge that comes your way. Know that you are never alone. I am here beside you, sending strength and endless love, so you can keep standing firm, confident, and radiant. Thank you for being part of this family of light. May divine peace and blessing be with you today, and always with infinite love. Dear beautiful soul, this angel's message for you channel is a sacred spiritual home, created for faith, healing, and divine guidance. A place where hearts awaken and lives are gently transformed through divine messages. We warmly invite you to subscribe and stay connected, because the divine is always preparing something greater for your journey, something you are meant to receive in divine timing. If you feel moved to support this mission, you can sow your seed here for your soulmate blessings and divine love fulfillment. Your contribution is not just support. It is an energetic agreement with love, healing, and divine alignment in your own life. When you give with intention, it opens doors. Love flows more freely, happiness expands, and abundance multiplies in unexpected ways. Many believe that giving in faith activates a return of peace, joy, and emotional fulfillment in relationships and life. Whether it is $11, $22, $33, or $55, your generosity helps us continue spreading these divine messages of hope, healing, and soulmate guidance across the world. Every seed sown into this mission helps hearts heal, faith return, and souls reconnect with love. This is more than a channel. It is a movement of light, unity, and divine timing. Your support allows this sacred work to grow, touching lives that are searching for answers, comfort, and spiritual direction. We are all connected in this journey, and together we rise as one community under divine love. Let us open our hearts to the abundance that is already on its way. Amen.